Okie dokie, pig in a pokey. Today I'm doing a spring cleaning of my tarot collection, and these will be available on eBay. I really just want to share it with my YouTube friends so that you know that there's stuff that I'm selling. This is Robin Ator's tarot, the Ator Tarot. It's the second edition, so you can see that he's changed the format a little bit. He's got white gaps at the bottom with text. In the original, the cards were a bit shorter and fatter, which suited the short, fat characters. But I think it's one of the best light tarots. The first edition is a bit difficult to get now. You can get it online a bit, but this is the second edition. And I've got this listed at €35. Okay, so nice backs. It's quirky. It's very, very well done. It's completely Rider-Waite-Smith, and it's a light version. So that's possibly one to snaffle up if you like that sort of thing. There they all are. Very, very nice. The reason why I'm selling it is that I've got the first edition, so I don't need two versions. I inherited the infamous Röhrig Tarot from a friend of a friend who passed away, and I just don't know what to do with it. It's a sort of 80s monstrosity. This is a German printing with a German language booklet. I think if you like this sort of thing, it's a great treasure. There you are, swirly back. For me, it's very difficult because it's on a Thoth system, and also it's difficult because it's very heterosexual, and you know I have nothing against heterosexuality, but it's in your face, isn't it? But for many people, this is a great classic deck. It's the more censored version. It's not the fully uncensored version with like body parts romping across the screen. It's the more respectable version, but it's still got some quite racy moments. These are giant cards. Look, that's normal tarot size, and these are really big. So yeah, all the tarots in this spring cleaning sale video have got full flip-throughs and reviews on my channel if you go to the deck review playlist. So there's a full flip-through there if you need one. But you know, it's magnificent. It's a magnificent folly, isn't it? I just can't read with it. Okay. Next up, a very eccentric thing called Deck of the Bastard, and this is bridge size. Look, there's tarot size, there's bridge size. So this is on the small side. I like small decks, and it came in a plain white box from one of those print to order companies, and I need my box to have something on it, so I have glued the title cards to the white box, okay? And there it is, there's the title, Bridge Size Deck of the Bastard. I mean, I think that's fairly logical to do that. You may disagree. I haven't used it much. The Ator Tarot and the Röhrig Tarot I haven't used at all. Okay, so this deck is interesting because it takes Rider-Waite-Smith, and I think the Taylor deck, and one unnamed 18th century deck, or maybe even two. And there's some Taylor, isn't it? And it looks like there's a Tarot de Marseille involved as well. So it's mixing up a number of old decks, and that's why it's called the Deck of the Bastard, because it's bastardized the tarot. And so the strangest bit about it is that the Rider-Waite-Smith has been made to look 100 years older than it actually is. I believe this deck was designed, well, has been successful in the film and TV business because it looks like a prop. It looks very good on camera. The cardstock is a bit thin and a bit plasticky, and that's kind of why I'm selling it. I think it's a very interesting project, and if this is your cup of tea, then enjoy. I mean, I think these are Ator ones, and the Ator ones are fabulous. And it's quite nice to be able to use RWS pips and, you know, decent major arcana cards. But I find it a bit indigestible on the whole. And then you've got your slightly altered court cards there from the deck that hasn't been specified. Okay, so I gave it a very positive review. I think in some ways it's the best hybrid deck there is, if you want a hybrid deck. And I am putting that on eBay for $55. It's not cheap to buy. As you can see, the box is a bit ragged, but functional, and the cards are really in more or less mint condition. I haven't really used it more than 2 or 3 times. I've used it in a review. Next up is a very interesting artifact, and it is arty. It's a redrawing of Rider-Waite-Smith, very, very closely based on Rider-Waite-Smith, by a guy called Smith, David Aaron Smith. And he's done it in sort of aggressively modern urban style. Modern urban style. So here you see the cups have become water bottles, the batons have become planks, the swords have become guns. And he says that he traced it directly onto the RWS and then created his images on top of that. I think the colours are sublime. And I think the pictures are very charming. I'm selling it because he's changed the suits. And I can't quite get used to the idea of guns and tablets, you know, in my readings. But I mean, this is an art piece. I think it's a really interesting art object. And in that respect, you know, it's a nice thing to have. I don't want to go through life possessing scores of tarot decks. So I am, you know, slimming down my collection. But there you go. There's the New American Tarot by David Aaron Smith. Full review and flip through on my channel. Just go to the playlist called Deck Reviews and you'll find it. Oh, a nice back here and a nice funny box. I'm going to show you 2 decks that I don't particularly like, but which are popular, and you may be hunting for them. But this is Pagan Otherworlds from the Oozy Studios. And, you know, you either love it or it leaves you stone cold. I think it's a very, you know, chic deck. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like bitch about it because I want to sell it. In the pip cards, you see sort of RWS designs with the people taken out. Although that is not always consistent. But yeah, you get this sort of dreamlike pagan lost world atmosphere. And I think if it's your cup of tea, it might be just what the doctor ordered. I'm selling it because it's too far away from what I'm used to. I think, I know I have friends who adore this deck. I think if you get right into it and read with it all the time, then it would be a readable deck. It's kind of a hybrid, isn't it? It's kind of, in that the pip cards don't have people, that makes them feel a bit like Marseille. But it's not really Marseille, is it? It's got Marseille-ish moments. Look, I'll show you. There's a Marseille-ish moment. And there's another Marseille-ish moment. I mean, it does hover between the two worlds. I think in a way that I find slightly confusing. But, you know, if it's your cup of tea, it's your cup of tea. I'm going to be having that on eBay at 45 euros. Again, it's not particularly cheap if you want to buy it new. And all these prices, by the way, they include postage to anywhere in the world. I think that's a fairer way of selling things. And last and maybe least is a deck that I don't particularly like, even though I should like it, shouldn't I? Because it's a sort of rainbow community deck. The infamous Fyodor Pavlov Tarot. It comes in a great big box. The box is bigger than the cards, so it takes up extra space in your tarot drawer, which may be a plus or a minus depending on your taste. It comes with a book, one of those funny hardbacks with the, you know, the hard back has got the cover directly glued onto it, and Mr. Pavlov's thoughts about the tarot reading in that book. And then you have the cards here with their golden sides. And I mean, this deck it's a mass market deck. I think it's overpriced. I certainly paid 50 quid or bucks or euros for it. And it's quite nicely produced. The backs are really nice. The sides are nice. The fronts are okay, slightly linen-y, but okay. And so you probably know this, and you either, if you know it, you love it or you hate it. It's queer tarot, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Which, as I say, I should like, and I'm not crazy about. It has nice things in its favour. It has a Russian flavour because the designer is Russian. It has a slightly 1890s aesthete flavour, but these influences are mixed into a very individual vision. And there's a very full review of this in my deck reviews playlist. I think I talked about this for 45 minutes because it's just one of those strange modern things. A tarot that is in some ways extremely sophisticated, but also makes some strange mistakes and has lapses, I think, lapses of taste and lapses of judgment. But if it's your cup of tea, knock yourself out. Now, because this is a mass market deck, there's no point in me trying to flog it for a high price. So I'm offering this for 35 euros, but I'm only offering this for Germany. I think if you live in the States, there's no point in you buying it secondhand off me, because I will have to pay postage, and it's a big heavy beast. So yeah, I'll send it to someone in Germany for 35 bucks, all in, and hopefully that way you can save a few bucks. It's still in pretty much mint condition. There might be a few scratches on the box, But as you can see, I mean, I've never ever shuffled with it. So it's pretty much mint. And it is what it is. It's a kind of classic. Not my favorite classic, but I think it definitely, what's the word? It definitely made its mark on us, didn't it, the Pavlov Tarot? I think we're all recovering from it in a way. So there you go, everyone. That's my spring cleaning sale. My spring cleaning car boot sale on eBay, containing some famous and infamous decks, some must-haves and some maybe nots. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you next week with more of this stuff.